Hi, my name's Laura. What can I help you with?
I'm here for a 12 o'clock appointment.
Sure. Speaker and Susan?
Yes.
I see that you've lodged a claim for the disability support pension.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep. Now, what makes you think that you are eligible for this support pension?
Well, disability is an umbrella term. It's used to describe the limitations, impairment, restriction to active participation in everyday life. And this includes those who have physical, mental, intellectual or sensory condition, and it impairs one's overall functioning. I think Mum really classifies with that.
From this, I'm assuming that you have been a part of the program of support.
Yeah, for about 18 months.
You work with
Yep.
someone and then look at all of your needs and impairment.
Yep.
So you have been doing that for.
Yeah, it hasn't helped us a lot financially, Lauren. We've used up all our savings and the mortgage is in arrears now.
So that's going to be a bit of a problem.
Now, where did this accident take place? Is there any other option for you to find financial support?
There's no option for litigation, Lauren, and even if there was, the Australian Human Rights Commission states that people with disabilities find it very difficult to access the criminal justice system. You know, at the moment I can't even pick up a phone. I'm totally dependent on my carer. And so, you know, there's a complex and multiple support needs in play here, including communication support. And faced with this lack of support and negative attitudes and assumptions, coupled with virtually no provisions for adjustments to suit my needs, you know, people with disabilities, they're often viewed as not credible or capable of giving evidence, or simply unable to participate in legal proceedings. I find it very difficult, you know, getting to court every day with transport needs, etc. And as a result, many people with disabilities are left without effective access to the justice system.
And that's just, you know, made things worse. And I was reading up Lister, and she said that living in a poor social environment as well. I mean, she's suffering a lot from the young people around her, giving her, you know, problems because of, you know, the stigma around having a disability. So that's affecting her mental health and making her physical health even, you know, worse. She can't fight back or anything like that. And when I'm not home and studying, you know, what can she do? And so Lister had pointed out that poor housing, poor public areas, less than desirable services. We don't have services where we are that are easy to access. We've driven a couple hours to get here. So, and she obviously can't drive a car to get herself here either, so I've had to take time out of my university life to take her here. And so there's also a lack of job opportunities for her as well.
Well, the Australian Bureau of Statistics data shows that people with physical limitations were 9 times more likely to face profound social exclusion than able-bodied people. People with severe limitations are also likely to miss out on social activities within the home. Only 16% had received a visit from their family and friends in a 3-month period, and around 59% had not had a phone call in that 3 months, and approximately 18% had not had any social contact in the last 3 months. You know, is that going to happen to me if I lose my home? Like, where am I going to live? Like, I don't know, you know, what's ahead, what's going to happen to me.
Well, we can have a look into the possible payments for you. Can I ask your age?
I'm 45.
Yeah. Now, are you working or studying at all?
I'd love to be working, Laura, but I can no longer work. I was self-employed as a massage therapist. Look, we're facing at the moment relative disadvantage, and we've used up all our savings. We're on the verge of losing our home, and people with disabilities are unlikely to complete high levels of education. I had to pull out of my masters in social work, and I had access to a meaningful and ongoing employment and the range of benefits that come with that. Job satisfaction and completing a productive day. The Productivity Commission states that out of 29 countries, Australia is ranked the 21st lowest of employment with people with disabilities, and ACOS 2012 says that in 2009, approximately 31% of people with severe physical limitations were employed, and this is less than half the rate of people who are able-bodied, which is at 83%. That's 31% versus 83%.
It's terrible. Now, are you above 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, you have a disability or medical condition. This is through an accident? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Now, you haven't experienced any natural disasters or anything? Are you an Australian citizen?
Yes.
Do you live rurally at all?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Sure. Now, In order to complete the application and to be eligible for the disability support pension, you will have to undergo the income and assets test. Also have to complete the job capacity assessment and to provide us a medical assessment from a specialist in order to clarify whether
Sure,
you
that's not a problem.
are eligible. Now, if you are found to be eligible for the disability support pension, you, as a single parent, will be eligible for $766 per fortnight.
Lauren, my mortgage is $415 a week. Like, how are we going to live on that? We don't understand how that's going to support us at all. Is there a social worker we can speak to?
Yes. Now, I can go find someone to talk to you, but you need to understand that the disability support pension is just here to assist you financially in whatever way it can. It's not.
Hi Lauren, hi Susan, hi Tamika.
This is Alex, she's our social worker, and she'll discuss with you your questions about the payment.
Yeah, so I understand you have some concerns or some questions about the disability support pension in regards to your situation. Basically, I'll just give you a bit of a background information on why the system is in place and the aims for it.
That'd be great, Alex, because we just don't understand how this can happen. You know, we're very frightened of what could be ahead of us.
Yeah, I understand. Well, in Australia, we have a variety of political ideologies that affect the welfare system. So at the moment, we are under a neoliberal government. Neoliberalism has become increasingly more pervasive since the 70s and 80s, and it underpins most development nationally and internationally. The central pillars of neoliberalism are the market and the individual. So basically this means that the ideology is committed to market and privatisation as opposed to the structure in society and the welfare system. So the welfare system suffers under a neoliberal government. This leads to health services, education, transport and even food and water supply becoming privatised and driven by profit, not equal distribution. This ideology aims to lift restrictions on corporations and roll back the control on the government. So neoliberalists believe that individuals shouldn't rely on welfare. However, those who have a disability, like yourself, often have to rely on welfare as they experience poverty.
I'd love not to rely on welfare, Alex, I really would, but employment disparities for people with disability have been noted even when levels of education are the same. There is a difference in employment outcomes when accommodation or training is needed by the employer, and this can differ greatly due to the severity of disability. So this puts me in one of the lowest rung.
Yeah, look, I understand. Lister has described some of the social factors that cause poverty for people with disability and highlights the benefits of a more structural ideology to bring these people out of poverty. So we understand, as you've said, that people with disabilities have a higher cost of living, often lower incomes due to impaired ability, and they're more often unemployed and lower paid, less educated and socially excluded, even discriminated and marginalised, resulting in poverty. So the contrasting ideology is social democracy, which focuses on the structure of society and is primarily concerned about underdogs, people who are weak and vulnerable, such as those with a disability. So this ideology more talks about the structure of society that results in people, especially people with a disability, falling into poverty.
Well, how does that help me, Alex? You know, particularly with the absence of good health. You know, many individuals living with a disability are facing poorer health. Obesity rates are higher. This can be due to lower muscle tone and lack of capability or to take part in regular exercise, like I have limited access to a gym. People living with a disability also face disadvantages in areas such as healthcare and care services, experiencing a higher cost of living due to the needs for medication, aids and equipment, which we haven't received yet, and accessible housing, personal care and assistance with transport.
Yeah. Look, Hayward says that social democracy aims for common ownership and a balance between the market and the state, a balance between the individual and the community. Welfarism, redistribution and social justice are at the foundations of democracy and addressing social inequalities to combat poverty. So in comparison, this means that those in society with disabilities cannot contribute or compete equally in the economy, and they will experience poverty and stay poor, as there is no need for society to include those which cannot be made a profit of.
Well, the Australian Human Rights Commission said that the Disability Discrimination Act in 1992 prohibited discrimination against people with disabilities, and they promote the fundamental right that people with disability have the same rights to equality as members of the community. Where's that?
And it also seems like there's, like you're saying, there's more stigmatisation in our neoliberalist government. I mean, there's statistics here that I've done some background research on, that people on the New Start allowance and Centrelink are earning $150 less on their payments, and the neoliberalist government is earning $500 million in profit from this. How does that even pan out? How does that work?
Yeah, look, those statistics are shocking, and obviously the system in place at the moment is not designed to bring people out of poverty. A neoliberalist government is structured so that people who can't compete or make the profit will fall under that poverty line.
So, Lauren, well, where do we go next? Like, I still don't quite get why we have to live under the poverty line, but what do we do next? Where do we go?
All that I can say for you right now is that we need to ensure that you get all of these forms and assessments done as soon as you can, and this can further along you receiving this payment. If you are found to be eligible, you could receive an energy supplement. You, Susan, would be eligible for a pensioner's concession card or a pensioner's education supplement, which could end up helping you find a job. Now, it has been shown that 42% of the people in households living with this support pension were estimated to be living in income poverty. Now, we're hoping to change the situation. All I can tell you is that you need to get your forms in, like income test, and asset, and a medical specialist review in as soon as you can, and we can work on putting everything through. If you are given the disability support pension, there are benefits. There will be the energy supplement will be available to you. You're eligible for a pensioner's concession card or an education supplement, which could benefit you. Also, there's telephone allowance, and you may be eligible to get the carer's pension to assist you both. I will give you the forms, and thank you. We will organise another meeting soon, and hopefully we can sort something out for you.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.